be about issues that people don't want to talk about. So I wonder if anybody would join in to listen to this, but I will still talk about it anyway. So I'm back to Istanbul, and I'm not glad about it for a number of reasons, because this city has got some issues, and I think that in the near future we are going to have water issues, like there's going to be a drought. And you understand the word drought in English. That means that lack of water. And imagine the scenario when there is lack of water. It's not going to be any fun or any good, obviously. And if the population will be called to preserve water because there's no rain in sight, and it has been many months since it hasn't rained at all in this city, that's going to be a big issue. In my opinion, it's going to be a problem, because in this city at least 16 million people live. And I mean, imagine the water need of 16 million people. Imagine that. So it requires a big amount of water, right? And imagine if there weren't water for the people. That's going to be, chaos. I mean, already Turkey, just like Italy and Spain, it has been hit by extreme hot weather. So I mean, there's no air conditioning in this very small flat, but it's just unbearable. I had shower earlier today, but I feel like I don't feel the effect of the shower. I don't feel fresh, like no matter what you do in this hot, stuffy weather that's in Istanbul, very unpleasant. The humidity is very high, and it's very uncomfortable. So I don't know what to do, because I don't really wanna stay here long term. I don't long term, because I can see my t-shirt says no rain, no flowers. Well, people are going to have bigger problems than just no flowers, because if there is no water, there is no life, because water is very essential. It's very essential. So I'm not glad to be back to a noisy city. I'm very unhappy. And I'm tired of people expecting me to be happy. And I don't understand human nature. Human nature is very evil, but people don't care about one another. And just humanity sucks, because they don't want to see the issues. They don't want to talk about the issues that humanity faces, like water issues, droughts. Oh, and yesterday evening, actually last night, I saw it on the news, and obviously most people don't care about this, because people just mind their own business, and small things, petty things in life they care about, being happy and listening to their favorite music and bullshit. It was mentioned on the news that the Panama Channel, Panama, where it is in Central America, and the Panama Channel is a critical trade route, because many ships pass through the Panama Canal and channel. And what I wanted to say is that there is drought alert there. So over 200 ships are stranded in the Panama Channel. And I mean, those ships probably carry goods. So what's going to happen, I tell you, the prices are going to get increased. So also in Turkey, the prices are going to get increased, and in other countries too. In Hungary, my home country, the prices are going to get increased. So, these droughts and extreme heat, forest fires, for example, on Canary Islands, Spain, for over a week, forest fires are still ongoing there. Imagine for the local population. I mean, how awful is that? Not enough already extremely hot summer in Spain too, but forest fires. So all I'm saying is that all this is going to lead to a disaster. And these things happen. Why? Because the evils want to destroy as many humans as possible. So they destroy the livelihood of people. They destroy the earth. They destroy the nature, the forests. So these forest fires, they want to destroy the forests so that, not only they destroy nature, but the oxygen level will decrease, so that the people will suffer from maybe lung illnesses or something. So they want to destroy everything because and especially Jehovah Witnesses come to my mind, that they were preaching to me in the past that 144,000 privileged people who will rule with Jesus Christ. And so, if you think about the number 144,000 people, in the world there are over 7 billion people. And that's a lot of people, a huge amount of numbers. So they don't want this many people to live on the earth. They want to decrease the population, and the evils want to decrease the population. So they do whatever they can. The extreme hot weather across Europe and across everywhere, it's meant to destroy humans. Hello, welcome to my channel. What do you mean? I don't understand what you mean. Hello, where are you from? So I was just talking about issues that humanity faces. The lack of water resources, it's a huge problem. People want to ignore. But let me tell you, when people cannot use water, and when there's not going to be enough water, it's going to be a disaster. Because there will be more diseases, because if there's no clean water, people will not have hygiene and stuff. So it's going to be a disaster. Malta? Interesting. I haven't been there. I haven't been to many countries, so anyway, is it extreme hot weather there? I think so. In Turkey, there is extreme heat and very unpleasant, so I'm sure in your country too. As in other places in Italy and Spain. So I don't understand why people want to ignore these issues. It's true that we cannot do much about it, because if it's not raining, we cannot just... Yes. Yeah, same issue here. But in Malta there are less people, but where I live there are at least 16 million people. So this is going to be a disaster. If we have to conserve water and we cannot use enough water, it's going to be a pain. And I think it's going to happen. I don't see much good, solution to this. It's not going to change. I don't know where to go, seriously. My home country, Hungary, has also issues. In recent years, the summer has been hotter there, so it's very unpleasant there too. Not as bad as Turkey, but still very bad. So I don't know, I think there will be climate refugees too, because the unbearable living conditions will create a huge number of people who will not be able to live where they live because of lack of water or other conditions. So I don't know, but and Christians would say this is because, you know, humans are sinful, so they are going to pay the price of being sinful. So that's why there's going to be disaster. I'm surprised that I found a person who would listen to this talk, because I suppose this is very boring, that people would not like to listen to, you know, such topic. I understand people want to care about happy, you know, things, but it's not going to solve the problems. And you know, when they are going to face the issues, when they actually experience it on their skin, there's no water to use, and the weather is too hot, and it's going to be a you know, a horrible situation. So I'm just saying, sorry. Okay. But yeah, I find it strange, like, you know, it would be very boring, because I don't think people are interested in such things. My channel is not popular, so, you know, people don't like my videos because it's too boring. Anyway, so I'm just saying, I don't know what to do, because I feel like I'm doomed. Like where I am, and also my home country, it's not in a good situation. There is high inflation, and the prices are going to get increased, because of, you know, they would, you know, always say an excuse, because of, you know, in the Panama Canal, for example, 200 ships are stranded, so the fuel prices and other prices of goods are, you know, set to increase. And there's other reason, maybe the, you know, war in, you know, Ukraine, whatever, so the prices are increased, or, you know, other bullshit reason. The only thing is they want the living conditions of people to be worse and worse. This is their goal. The evils want us to live in worse conditions so that people would hate each other, because they want hatred in society. Look at Europe now, and how they look at, you know, any foreigners who visit Europe, especially the Muslims. They hate. And it's a very saddening situation, because I think hate is awful, and it's just going to breed horrible things. But people don't get smart, and they are not going to treat others well. That's a saddening thing. Humans are very evil and selfish. They are not going to treat other people well. And in Paris, hello, welcome to my channel. I'm talking about issues generally ranging from water resources, lack of water resources, to society treating, you know, foreigners not in a kind way. It's a very saddening situation in Europe, and I guess probably in other countries I haven't been to, I haven't seen it, but there's always a reality that people don't treat foreigners well. Exceptions exist, for example, those who have kind hearts and, you know, think this way, that, we are just, you know, human beings all over the world. So, you know, the other person from another country is also a human being like me, for example. But there are people who think like, I belong to this country, I was born in this country, the other foreigners should go somewhere else or go back to their country. You know, this hatred thing, this is very awful. Sorry, I'm not reading the comments. Where are you from? No, not Panama. No, I was saying earlier in my life, maybe you had missed it. I'm from Hungary. It's a small country in Central Europe. And the situation is not very good there in terms of, you know, inflation, and prices are set to increase. And yeah, there's, you know, another issue that very few young people in Hungary, and they live mostly in Western Europe, like in the UK or in Germany or in Austria. They go to work there. And it's a very saddening situation that, you know, the salaries are kind of low in Hungary, and people don't get paid in euros. I mean, in Hungary there is a local currency called Hungarian forints, so, and the value is much less than the euro. So it's a situation, an economical situation. In Turkey, the situation is not much better than in Hungary. I mean, in fact, I mean, there is obviously more population in Turkey. And if there is going to be a drought, you know, which I'm scared of, it's going to be a big issue. And I don't know what will happen. I mean, because people need water, I mean, many people. So, way more people than in my home country. So, I don't know what to do. And the summer is, you know, very hot everywhere. I mean, in northern hemisphere everywhere. In fact, I heard that in the southern hemisphere, maybe, was it in Uruguay, that there was an unusually warm winter there this year. So it's supposed to be winter there, but it was maybe not Uruguay or somewhere else in South America. But there, that the country experienced very mild winter temperatures. It sucks. I mean, I do like winter and I like snow, but I fear that it's not going to happen. And I don't want to, you know, experience sweltering heat. It's not pleasant. And I don't know what to do, so it's not like I can go anywhere. Besides, you know, these days people are not kind. I mean, they don't want to help others. That's the thing. They are very selfish. People are very selfish, and they don't want to help others. And anyway, so I'm not going to go back to the religious topic about, you know, something, because we are, you know, all sinners, you know, Christian thinking. This is the result of why we see problems in the world. Sorry, using ocean water for drinking as Saudi Arabia. Well, but that's a very expensive, you know, thing to, you know, salty water, to make it into drinking water. It's very expensive. And Turkey has, you know, 3 parts of it are surrounded by sea. You know, Black Sea, Aegean Sea, Mediterranean Sea, and Marmara Sea. But I mean, Turkey is not as a rich country as Saudi Arabia. So I don't know, to make drinking water and, you know, clean water, you know, like for long term, so that, you know, even if it doesn't rain, it would be, you know, like livable place. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm in Saudi Arabia, how, you know, in the desert where, you know, it's so dry and so hot. I don't know how they live there. And they use a lot of air conditioning. Obviously, without it, I don't know who can live there, I mean. But here, I don't have air conditioning, so that sucks. I mean, it's just the unpleasant heat, you know, stuffy heat, you know, sticks to your skin. It's very awful. I don't want to, hello. Only one person remained who would still listen to me. You from Malta still listening to my live. Because I suppose the other people, I wonder where they were from. I don't know, were they my subscribers or randomly come across my channel. So anyway, what I wanted to say is that I feel pressured that, you know, people would... that's the thing, people don't care. Don't care about these things, because all they care about, you know, but money is not going to save everything, you know. There's only to an extent money can save you know, things, but it's not going to save people overall, because there's a limit money can buy, and long term it's not going to be a good solution. Hello, are you still there? I don't know, from Malta or other place. Yeah, I suppose it was boring, you know. I just wonder what I could say, because it is, sorry, will be, it is very hot. I mean, in the morning it was at least supposedly 29 Celsius degrees, but it was 32 with very high humidity, which means it feels more. And during the day it's said to be 34 degrees, which will feel like almost, you know, 39 or 38, almost 40, you know, because of humidity and stuffy air. You also know it's very bad. and it's not like, very unpleasant. And the issue that, the living conditions get worse, um, and we just ignore it because, the thing is, there is a lack of, solidarity in humans. They don't see, if they don't want to see, if another person is suffering. They just want to shun their eyes. No, I don't see that, or and some people, just, live their lives as though there were nothing wrong in the world, everything were perfect, and maybe they have money, but, and for example, they have many children, and they don't think of, well, what's going to happen to the world? I mean, if the resources are consumed, if there will be no water and other things, what's going to happen? And they don't see, it as an issue. They just live their lives as though nothing was wrong in the world. And I don't understand them. In a sense that, well, they just care about their own happiness. They think, oh, whatever, I mean, and why? I mean, who can guarantee, for their children that they would have a good life? It's just too... I was going to make coffee, but yeah, I'm just tired. Well, I will be back for another live, perhaps. So it was a very, like, boring live, but yeah, I wanted to talk about these things because, in my opinion, we should see that, people need, attention. And, these days we can also see that human beings don't have, much value. We can notice that human beings are not treated with, high value, which is, very saddening, because, it's not our fault that if we were born as sinners. It's not our fault that, we, how to say, live, this way. Anyway, sorry for this boring life, and, I have to be cheerful, which is really hard because I don't have any friends, but whatever, thanks for joining in. And, please, yeah, just don't forget the other people around you, or maybe, so anyway, take care. We'll be back for another live. Bye.